Swingers, flingers, and ring-a-ding-dingers, pussycats, aristocrats, and diplomats. Welcome to the magical world of misery!
My name is Misery. I'm a character artist and designer. I've been drawing characters since I was a little tiny kid. In the last 3 or 4 years, my Misery work's really taken off. We've got our own Misery boutique shop now. My work's on clothing, toys. Yeah, lots of people think my characters look like me, and they often draw them with one eye. So maybe, I don't know, I only had one eye in a past life or something like that. I'm not sure. I guess they are kind of little self-portraits in a way. I don't really like anything that's perfect. It always has to have some kind of something a bit retarded or fucked up wrong with it. This is my mum, Renelle, and she makes all the costumes at the Christmas parade.
Tanya's looks are from, well, I think, my side of the family. My mum was Tahitian, her mum was Tahitian Chinese. There's also some Spanish in there as well. From a very young age, Tanya, I could tell that she was different. She constantly ran around naked. And she used to love dressing up, but differently, like where most girls wanted to be princesses and things. Her favourite thing was to wear father's underpants wrapped around her neck like a necklace. Even when she used to go to the toilet in her potty, her greatest joy was to be able to look at the potty and describe what her poo looked like, and generally it would be some sort of creature like a hippopotamus with great big eyes. She won every art prize at school. Almost used to get nerve-wracking because each year the pressure was on in case she wasn't going to win.
I think I used to draw like things that I'd like in my world, so sausage dogs and hippopotamuses and dinosaurs and monsters, all those kinds of things.
Yeah, horses go like this. And they have a long body like this.
I'm not sure where my characters come from. I don't know. They just talk to me, they're inside my head. Melancholy. She's one of my goth girl characters, and she has her little spiderweb dress, and she has little spiders that live on her and carries around her little meat cleaver. And even though she looks quite mean and nasty, she's actually quite a sweetie. I love her.
Well, they're all very cute, and they all very resemble her or her sister, I think. Tanya was born in a little town south of Bundaberg in Queensland, Australia, called Maryborough, just a little country town, and we lived there for about 2 years before we went back down to Brisbane. Because we lost my mum to cancer, we came to New Zealand basically for a year of healing, and we ended up loving it so much here that we stayed. When we first arrived in New Zealand, I enrolled Tanya at Takapuna Grammar.
I was just going into 3rd form. It was like going to prison every day. It was like this big, intimidating building, and I had my Aussie accent, and they called me mean names.
When I went to one of her parent-teacher interviews, I realised then as I was talking to the teacher that he actually didn't even know who Tanya was. So I reassessed things then, and thankfully I found Metro.
This is my old school, Metro, Auckland Metropolitan College. How was that? Metro is like a alternative college, so I was really excelling in my art classes, and that's all I wanted to do, so I was able to spend as much time as I wanted. In fact, I spent all my time either in the art room or in the dark room. I'd kind of swap from one or the other, like I'd have 6 months of photography being my favourite thing, and then I'd change and I'd like art better. This is where I met my friends who got me into graffiti art. one of my best friends and ex-boyfriend, Askew, was here, and we became really good mates, and he encouraged me to go out and paint with him quite a lot, and all of his friends as well.
We got like really, really drunk, and then she actually begged me to take her out for a tag. And I was like saying, no, you know, you're too drunk, like you shouldn't come out for a graffiti mission. And she's like going, no, I want to do it, I want to go for a tag.
So we used to go out and do our little night missions by the train tracks and paint walls, and I used to go on some train missions with them as well, but I was a little bit frightened to paint back then, so I used to kind of sit under the train and keep guard and draw in my sketchbook while they were all bombing the train.
I was painting at this wall, and then I see like this really, just in the corner of my eye, this really straight, rich looking guy wearing like a pristine looking like new polo shirt and like a pair of boat shoes and that, you know, just didn't even give him like a second like thought. And suddenly I just get crashed on the side of the head, like punched by this dude, and I'm kind of stunned. Out of nowhere, Tanja comes flying, leaps on his back, like she's actually like on his back with her arms around his neck, and she's like trying to bang him in the head with a spray can, and then the spray can's going off and he gets sprayed in the face, and he's like, oh, my eyes, you know, covering his eyes. He points to me and he's like, I said one-on-one.
I used to hate it when Tanya did graffiti, mainly because she'd be out at night, you know, in sort of dodgy areas.
We're at the train tracks in Morningside, and this is where my friends Kate and Webbs and Fury and I came a few years ago and with close encounter with the police. Well, we kind of took up this whole wall here, but my pictures, I painted like little hairy maggots all along here. Yeah, it was kind of scattered all the way along. And then the police came and busted through that fence over there. They had dogs as well, so it was a little bit scary. One of the boys ran off in a very big hurry and left me and Kate here. Yeah, we just kind of took our way out of it, and they realised that we were here to paint nice artwork and not vandalise. They even let us keep our paint. Well, when I started, there wasn't any female graffiti writers in New Zealand at all that I knew about.
And a lot of the guys like that were doing graffiti at that time were really like kind of staunch and tough and kind of gangster, and like she just really didn't fit the mold, which was cool.
This is my friend Kate and me. So we're really, like, our styles were really quite different. Like, she used to paint hot rod cars around town. We'd take like a flask of tea, do our thing, ride bikes around town and stick up our posters and make art. Spread out on my bed. But it was just a really nice feeling not to be doing it with the graffiti crowd, or that whole scene of staunchness and, I don't know, fame. It'll be a cool spot to put up posters tonight, hey? On that wooden rooftop bit. And usually I don't go out on Fridays because it's police night. It's not for money, it's just for having fun and getting up to mischief. When I go out postering, I try and make as many posters as possible, but I guess I wouldn't go out with less than like 10 good ones. Let's wait tomorrow. Try to think behind the other day. Hey. It's Friday night, it's about 10 o'clock, and usually I don't go out on Fridays because it's police night. Like, there's usually heaps of drunk, wasted people around and lots of cops out there chasing them, so it's kind of rainy and cold, and I don't think there'll be very many people around. It's really cool. We're in Kingsland. I just saw this spot and I thought it looked really cute. Fuck, that wasn't meant to happen. It's gonna have one leg now. I hate it when that happens. Anyway. Just trying to work out how I'm going to get up there. we. I don't know, it's just a really good feeling to do something that's not for anyone else, just for you or whoever might like to look at it, but it's not for money, it's just for having fun and getting up to mischief. It was pretty funny. It was a lot of work for 2 little posters. After Metro, I went to art school, which would have been a degree. I used to spend most of my time not there and just at my studio at home making my own art. They never really seemed to be into my style ever, actually, and they were always coming up with other ways to make it look different, like suggesting I take up watercolours. Like on one occasion they wrote on one of my briefs, like in brackets at the bottom of the page, no cutesy characters. Having those ideas put into my brain every day just made me really mad and made me just want to do what I do more and more. So I kind of went, fuck you all, and I left, and I'm just doing what I do now. It's way cooler. Well, I'm just doing my last 2 paintings, and it's for my show tonight called Melancholy Pie. It's my solo show this year. It starts in 6 hours, and I've just got to finish 2 paintings. My airbrush broke last night, so I've borrowed one from downstairs. Girl, fuck a man. Now I have galleries emailing me suggesting I come and do a show there and stuff. It's just about money, you know, and they want 40 or 50%, and I've got to do it this way, and I have to write like a 5-page review about what the show will be about and why and every kind of detail, and I just don't work like that, and I probably never ever will. State of the quo then, man. I'm checking out, baby. Leave your stupid shit. I'm often painting like half an hour before a show, and they would just die of fright and horror if they saw me doing that. And my last show I was working right up until about an hour before, and the one before that I was still painting as people walking through the door. This ain't a bomb zone, this is my soul. So all you fucking fakers come and break my fall, come on. You could be. I want it pretty big. Yeah. You look like every. Oh, hello, flowers. Do they stay in okay? But after all I've done, oh, what's the use in leaving tired? It's kind of nice and relaxing to do this because especially when there's a show and all day is really crazy and there's a million things to do, and then you can come and just sit down for like 2 hours and do nothing. And just go, it's okay. Our shows are usually always pretty big, and there's free beer, so that brings a lot of people as well. But yeah, it gets packed out downstairs really quick. Yeah, lots of people buy stuff at my shows, and quite often they become sold out, which is crazy, but it's exciting. Like, people obviously like it, so that's really nice. I've sold about 4 or 5 pieces so far. It's looking really cool. I'm really stoked with the outcome. Shut down, 6 city shut down. It's a shut down, 6 city shut down. It's a shut down. Whoa, I got feeling. One of my biggest influences would have to be Marty Emons. Marty was someone who I really admired.
I guess I've done a lot of work for Mr. Danzig in America, a lot of album covers.
Marty sadly passed away a little while ago, but an amazing, amazing artist. I just can't The stuff I was most inspired by was his Switchblade series. A character called Switchblade was kind of based on him and all the people around him, lots of ex-girlfriends and his mates, and a dog called Gravy. I met Marty through my friend Steve.
He was really into poster art, so I guess that's how we sort of connected. He sort of collected posters like I did. Yeah, we just sort of clicked, and I just asked him if we might be able to do some projects together. And then we started to get some designs on t-shirts.
Steve used to bring him round to our place in Greyland. I'd often be scared to show him my work because I admired what he did so much, and I don't know, it's kind of scary showing him what I do. I didn't realise how much he liked it. I used to notice a lot of my artwork going missing around the street.
Martin had spotted her graffiti on the streets and started to sort of collect their work.
Real slow.
Yeah, we'd take a hammer and we'd just sort of pull the hoardings off the construction sites and basically just carry them home.
Illicit art repossession.
I had no idea that they were ripping down my artwork. What's with that? I came to your house one day and I'd found that ginormous cow painting that I'd painted outside the area gallery. Did Martin chop it down?
Yeah. Martin sort of made me more of a fan, you know, he appreciated her art and I was always like, that's a bit weird and wacky, you know, I didn't really get it, I suppose, at first. It was sort of a sick sort of art, you know, I don't know, it was lots of droopy maggots.
I think Steve kind of liked it, but he thought it was very weird. He kind of went along with whatever Marty said, and if it was a good thing, then he believed it was a good thing. I'd known Martin for about a year and a bit, maybe, yeah, about a year and a half, and then I decided that I'd make the move to Brisbane. There was a photography course that I was really interested in doing, and it was more based on the process of it, not so much art influence, like when I was at AUT. When I was studying photography, I used to use photos and characters and combine them a lot. These were some self-portraits I did. So I've got monkeys hanging off my dress and a whole bunch of one-eyed little naked men with giant pot bellies.
Martin was always like, hey, what's happened to Tanya? And I was like, well, I think she's in Brisbane studying photography. Yeah, Martin pushed me to find out what was going on with her. So yeah, on a sailing trip to Brisbane, I gave her a call, told her that I'd be over there and I'd love to get her involved. We started to have group art shows in our neighbourhood and Tanya participated in them.
Good on the window. This is Tanya, you know, finishing off last minute as usual. The whole thing, always last minute. No matter how long you plan it for, 6 months, a year, everything is last minute.
So these are some of the characters I drew for the exhibition for our first illicit group show across the road. And they're all kind of like half animal, half human little characters. They all kind of look quite bashful and shy and insecure, a little bit sad. I don't know, maybe I was like going through an extra sad time in my life or something, because I think that always shows through my art as well as sort of like what I'm feeling at the moment.
Her artwork started to get quite sexy and saucy, I suppose, so the fashion did as well. People were drawn towards her artwork a lot. Illicit was quite dark and aggressive almost. There was lots of big boobs and, you know, sexy women. And then along came Misery.
These are the little goth girls that we started doing t-shirts with for Illicit. Kind of really a lot different to my vector stuff now, but really simplistic, and it kind of worked really well for me because the shapes and everything were nice and rounded and clean. And we just started off with 3 designs on t-shirts, which is like my hula girl, a goth girl, and those little devils and stuff. And then from there it got so popular, so we started to do mini skirts and jackets and that kind of thing, but it was still like Misery under Illicit.
Her artwork started to get quite sexy and saucy, I suppose, so the fashion did as well. Misery just sort of became its own entity.
We decided to split the labels into 2, so then we had Misery Boutique and Illicit, and then that gave me my freedom to do lots more pretty, boutique, girly, elegant, kind of pin-up 50s styled clothes. This is our new Christchurch shop that we're just about to open tonight. This is the Misery Boutique section. This is little Suzette. It's something I've been thinking of for ages, that I wanted to have my own little shop of misery and make it kind of exactly how I'd like my ultimate bedroom to be, or something like real pink and girly with chandeliers and chaise lounges.
She's gone from a shy, cute, very, very cute little girl to a beautiful, sexy woman, if I could say that. I've never thought of her like that.
These are some of my latest characters that I've done. They still have the same elements about them of cheeky cuteness and stuff like that, but these ones seem to have a bit more power and a bit more, I don't know, oomph about them. This is my lovely home, K Road. We're kind of smack bang in the middle opposite St Kevin's Arcade. And here's the illicit HQ shop, where we've got all our illicit clothing, we've got piercing, tattooing. Here's my misery boutique. And in the middle is my doorway and a staircase to where I live upstairs. So this is where me and Steve live, up above our two shops.
Yeah, it's sort of a one-bedroom place, but you know, it's nice enough. It's kind of easy to get to work, I suppose.
These are some of our toys from our toy collection. I love these guys, which are knock knock men, and they just knock themselves on the head all day. This is the one that comes with the poo, like this guy, same series. The big gold poo. Making toys is something I've always wanted to do since I was a little girl. And luckily enough, last year Stevie was actually ordering the Scary Girl series through Flying Cat. And Scary Girl's like a bunch of real cute little characters, like a little scary pirate lady with a hook arm and a little cross eye. We showed them some of our own designs and my stuff, and Flying Cat guys really, really dug it and wanted to pursue making toys with me. I got my friend Oliver to help me, and he drew them or made them in a 3D program. So this is one of the characters, Chainsaw Charlie. Next week we'll be off to Taipei for the Taiwan Toy Fair. I'm really excited, so there's some of my favourite toy designers in there. We're just at the Auckland airport and we're almost ready to board our plane to go to Taipei. And this is my Pepe, my granddad, and he's just dropped my mum and I off.
Thank you for bringing us.
No trouble at all.
Bye. We're just driving to the toy fair where we're going to have the show, and we're going to go set up the booth with Alan. This is Alan, and he's going to make all of my great little toys. That's where the toy show is going to be. Whoa, look at this place, it's rad. Look at the escalators. I think it's like a major shopping centre here. We're finally going to open my box of toys. Oh, man, I'm so excited. I've been waiting like for so long to see them, and I've been emailed from Alan like little photos of them, but I can't really see completely what they look like, and I know that some of them are going to be like this big. Cool, man. Oh my god. Oh, she's cool. I love you. Awesome. Good job, Ellen. They look so amazing.
Thanks. I'm glad you like it.
I do. I love it. It's so weird to see them, eh?
It's smaller.
Oh.
Hi.
Alan Chow is Kermit the Frog and the Godfather and the nicest guy in toys.
When he walks into rooms, he's usually followed by 20 or so virgins.
He's united this incredible range of characters, all involved in toy design.
It's basically almost like a one-man show with Alan controlling pretty much everything from production through to distribution.
I would like to let the people know who we are, and then we are trying to do something not just for toy, everything.
And I think out of all the people who are currently producing toys out there, he probably produces the most quality goods.
We found out recently that he has 16 designers in total. He's a secret man, he keeps it all under wrap. But it's really nice to meet over half of the artists here in Taiwan.
Well, we're just at this really cool Japanese restaurant. We've just had heaps of dinner, heaps of sake.
Rock and roll.
And I'm about to paint these 3 pillars here. It's a little bit nerve-wracking because there's this giant audience behind me. And I didn't know that it'll be here watching. I'm going to draw a little girl and I'm not sure what she'll be doing yet, and lots of like little cherry blossoms and maybe holding fans or something. Bamboo. It's cool putting pretty little funny girl characters in horribly dirty places. Like that man. Our stand at the show, and this is the front display cabinet with some of the artists that are working with Flying Cat. It's going to be so packed out in a few hours and we won't get to see anything, so I'm just going to have a quick walk around. Most of these are just pretty alien to me and I haven't even seen a lot of them yet. This is a character called Jack and it's designed by a Taipei designer, and he's done a display over here of all of his characters and got all the artists from the show to paint on them, and they've stuck stuff on, and there's one in jello here. One with daggers through its head, one with boobs. It's 2 hours to the opening, it's opening at 2, and this is the end of the queue. I'm pretty stunned at how many people are lining up here already. It stretches all the way down to the entrance and then past into another room and out the other door. It's really quite mental. Oh my god. Together, you know. It's just about what I'm inspired by at the moment, and you know, characters I love or feelings or people around me.
For that office is the best.
That's so hard. It's weird doing this interview because she's looking at me and talking to me, but I can't understand anything. And then Alan has to relate it all back to me in English, and it's quite nerve-wracking. The toy fair's been really cool, but I'm kind of a little bit overdoing all the signing now and not having a break from having photos taken. I'm actually really looking forward to going on a little adventure. We're just in the little back alleys behind the hotel we're staying in, and we're going to try and have a bite to eat, but everything looks a little bit scary here, like it's all intestines and hearts and brains and squiddly bits. I'm going to give it a whirl anyway. Okay, can I order?
面包跟爱情呢，可是一个都不可以。
Okay. Yep. I'm going to dunk it in heaps of wasabi. So I might be pooping my guts out for the rest of today. It's good. I'm just drawing some stickers up so we can go around and put some up around. I want to go around all these little back laneways and just slap up some stickers because I don't know what the deal is with doing graffiti here. I'm sure it's not very approved of, so stickers are fast and I can put lots of them up. And I'm very inspired after eating the scary sausage and the scary squiddly bits. So I'm trying to find like some little grubby little spots that don't have any love. It's cool putting pretty little funny girl characters in horribly dirty places. So hot, all the ink is just melting off the stickers. Unloved spots with rust and old signs are really cool, like that one. Look at this one. It's just amazing here. Like Ellen has been taking us out after the show every night. We're just catching the train to the night markets. The markets here are just amazing. There's like this huge food section where we just all sat around this massive hot plate and this guy chopped up all kinds of crazy things and kind of threw them at our plate. We're just in the Memorial Hall in Taipei and I'm just buzzing out at these soldier dudes. They've been standing here all day and it's like 30-something degrees, it's so hot. And I would have thought they were plastic, but this other group dude just came and wiped them all down with tissues from their hot sweat. It's so crazy. I've had the best ever time here in Taipei. I've got so many ideas and plans now in my head just from meeting all these amazing artists. It's always like that when I travel away, that I get all excited to come home and I have heaps of brand new ideas. Just recently I've been working on ideas for a Misery animation, which has been so cool, bringing my characters to life.
I get quite sick of wearing these gloves all the time. It's really hard to brush my teeth. I don't know why Tanya gave me this meat cleaver. It's very dangerous for a 2-year-old. We've been trialling them with little kids' voices, which has worked so incredibly well, and they're just perfectly matched. When I was in Tanya's imagination, I thought I was going to be a cute stripy girl. And then she cut my bottom off. And now here I am, in a pool of blood. If my characters could talk, I'm sure they'd probably all get together and plot how to take me down or think of an evil plan to tie me up and chop off my feet or something like that. I've seen what goes on in Tanya's head, and I wouldn't tell my mummy or daddy. But I really do love her. She is nice. If I could draw Tanya, I'll give her some of her own medicine. I'll let her play with a blender, and I'll put it on full speed.
She's got a very sharp business mind in there, and she's constantly planning and drawing and capturing little images all the time in her mind of everything that's going on around her. Yeah, I decided I needed to make some kind of business plan because sometimes things get so busy and I get so carried away in my own little world of just madness and then I start to freak out and go, oh my God, it's all going to mean something. This is me in the middle, and I'm holding a whole bunch of balloons, which are all my different little plots and plans and things I've got going on. So I've got my Misery boutique up here. We're in the middle of franchising a Wellington store, which will be cool, and I'm really into doing Melbourne soon. I reckon as soon as the toys sort of happen, then we can start doing the Asian countries, which will be really exciting. I think that's where it's all going to take off really well. So I've got that, and then other stuff I want to do is like homeware. I want to be like the Misery Urban Outfitters of the world and do crockery and quilts and bedding. It's actually really difficult because there's so many decisions to make.
Oh,
want to apply whatever I do to as many different ways as I can and use it to travel and have fun. That's really all it's about, is just having fun.
Will this go on TV? Am I going to be a star?